Okay, everybody, it's me. I'm back. August 27, 2021. I've been quiet for the past few days. I haven't had much to say because, quite honestly, I haven't been able to talk. My respiration has been shit. My lungs have been fucked up. COVID pneumonia is no joke. I wanted to make sure that I give an update to everybody to let everybody know how I'm progressing, what's happening, what's going on, and how I'm currently feeling. First of all, my strength is beginning to come back. The fact that I'm not coughing up a lung, the fact that I'm not having to breathe heavily while I'm talking is a good sign. My vital signs, I've been taking notes on my vital signs for the past 4.5 or 5 days. Every 4 hours. My vital signs are excellent. The doctors and nurses that are coming to visit me, even they're impressed with my vital signs. It's just my lungs are fucked up right now. There's still a bunch of fluid in them. I want to make sure everybody understands this. COVID is no joke. COVID is not the flu. COVID is not some shit that just happens. Alright, it happened to me. There are people I know who have been fully vaccinated, and it happened to them. Out to my guy Max Eulis in Vancouver. He just messaged me yesterday afternoon. He's like, fuck, I got COVID. Then he put a post up on Facebook yesterday. So there's a bunch of people out here that are going through some shit right now. And I'm one of these people. My quarantine, according to my doctors, is supposed to end this coming Tuesday. But that's subject to change. That might change depending upon some blood markers. It might change depending on other medical interventions, advice, my respiration, etc. So we'll see what happens. But I just want to make sure everybody understands that I am progressing. I'm improving every single day. My physical activity is slowly beginning to increase. Many of you haven't seen one of my workouts, but many of you all know that I do work out on a day-to-day basis. I have a 32 kilogram kettlebell over here, and I throw that around for fun. 200 swings is no problem. 100 swings, I'm just getting warmed up. Excuse me. 100 swings, I'm just getting warmed up. 115 burpees every day, which usually bang them out in 12 to 14 minutes, depending on how I feel. I haven't been able to do any sort of exercise in the past 2.5 or 3 weeks because of my physical condition. COVID has taken my ability to have any sort of strength and stamina, but it's coming back. This morning I did 115 body weight squats. I had to pace myself because I can't work at the normal quick pace that I normally work at. I had to pace myself, but I did the first 60 of them unbroken. And I banged out the other 55 in about another 5.5 or 6 minutes because I had to pace myself. Just a couple of other updates before I shut this down and drink my protein shake and go back to resting. And maybe have a power mix today. And I'm still doing that. 3 decks. 3-deck power mixing. A couple of things. I had a visit with my doctor, the virtual doctor, the other day. And I mentioned to him about how all people are talking about are the physiological aspects of COVID. Loss of taste, loss of smell, respiration being fucked up, diarrhea, nausea, chest pains, accelerated heart rate, etc. But what people are not talking about is the mental aspect of dealing with COVID. And in one of my podcasts months ago, I mentioned this in reference to festivals. I said the 3 fears that people are going to have to endure and overcome are agoraphobia, claustrophobia, and xenophobia. I said, doctor, a lot of people aren't talking about these fears right now. People aren't addressing these fears right now. People aren't discussing this. People aren't talking about how COVID is fucking with people's minds right now. They're only talking about how it's messing with people's bodies. And I said to the doctor, I said, doctor, you need to tell your patients about this. You need to talk to your people about this. Because the mental aspect of this is just as important as the physical. It's probably even more so. Because I told him, I said, look, because if your mind's fucked up, your body will never heal. Doctor through the phone was like, hey, well, Joe, if you think you have anxiety and if you think you need some therapy, we can set that up for you. I told him, doctor, everything I just told you was in high detail, and I'm keenly aware of everything that's going on right now. Do you honestly think a therapist is going to tell me anything that's going to change my mind or enlighten me to anything new? There was an awkward silence, and he said, you know what? Probably not. I said, yeah. I said, doctor, let me tell you something. I just happen to be wired a little bit differently. And I got a stainless steel trap for a brain. And I'm not letting any of the negativity, any of the bullshit affect me. It's not going to get into my mind. I have a positive mental attitude, and I'm going to get through this. Just like I said in a previous video, I'm going through hell right now, and I'm going to keep going. There's no other way. I'm going through hell right now, I'm going to keep going. So I'm not letting any negativity or, damn it, I feel like giving up, or fuck, this is too hard today, I quit. I'm not letting that get into my mind at all. Moreover, that's not part of my spirit. Because you all know, when I do my workouts, and I have the same hashtag, no plays off, no days off. No plays off, no days off. And I mean that. No plays off, no days off. None. And that applies now more than ever. On top of everything else, my mind right now is as clear as it's ever been. I'm seeing everything coming my way. I have answers to every single question. I'm not saying that I'll have the cure for AIDS after I eat a salad later tonight. No, I'm not on that level yet. But my mind is so clear because I'm not paying attention to any of the bullshit that's taking place outside right now. My focus right now is rebuilding my lungs, reconstructing my stamina, and getting healthy again. Anything else that doesn't have anything to do with any of those, fuck it. Keep that shit away from me. It's not part of my existence. It's not part of anything. After Guven saying, you are angry, man. No, I'm not angry. I'm not angry at all. I'm honest. I'm pissed off that I've got COVID. And quite honestly, you would be pissed off too if you had COVID. Especially COVID pneumonia. And being in the hospital for a few days. Being hooked up to oxygen and all sorts of fucked up medication. And getting a CT scan and having the doctors tell you, hey, you might have a life-threatening blood clot that's in your lungs and in your legs. We need to do a CT scan on you just to make sure. That was last Saturday. I don't have any blood clots anywhere. Nurse practitioner came in and was like, hey, Joe, it's Sunday morning. I think it's time for you to go home. My exact words to her were, that sounds nice. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere just because your numbers say so. She said, well, there's a negative benefit to staying in the hospital for longer than you need. I said, yeah, I understand that. There also is a negative benefit for me not being ready to go home when it's time or when my body feels right. There's that negative benefit too. And I said, I think her name was Chelsea or whatever the fuck her name was. And I said, look, ma'am, you're a nurse practitioner. You know the human body better than everybody. But I know one thing, you don't know my body better than me. And I've mistakenly said over the past few times I've used the word hotel. I've used the word hotel instead of hospital. It's been a Freudian slip, but maybe there's something to it. I said, look, I'm going to use the hotel analogy right now. I'm not asking to stay here 4 or 5 days because that's bullshit. I don't need to stay here 4 or 5 days. I'm asking for a late checkout. You're not sending me home today on a Sunday. I'm getting out of here on Monday afternoon, maybe on Monday evening. She looks at me and says, well, we certainly don't want to hold you against your will. I said, ma'am, this isn't jail. You're not holding me against my will. You're not holding me against my will. I know my body. I am mentally not prepared 24 hours after you tell me I have life-threatening blood clots in my lung, potentially life-threatening blood clots in my lungs and in my legs, to all of a sudden, milk and cookies, time to go home. So, I ended up leaving the hospital on Monday evening around 5 o'clock, or actually right around this time. And I drove home. No Uber, nobody came to pick me up, no welcoming committee with balloons and vegan candy saying, hey Joe, you're out of the hospital, yay. Nah. Got my 2007 Saturn Ion, buckled the seatbelt, said thank you to the guy that drove it around the corner for me, and I left. And I've been in my apartment ever since. I've been quarantining, because that's what I'm told to do. Nurses have been coming in again. My vital signs are excellent. It's just my lungs are fucked up right now. But they're improving. I'm using a spirometer, which is this breathing machine that you inhale and you hold this little bead between the lines. I've been doing that 10 times an hour every hour. 10 times an hour every hour. My diet, it's dialed in even more. You all are probably looking at my face like now, like, damn, Joe, you're looking like Seal, Kiss from a Rose. Batman vibes, what the hell's going on? But part of that is because I wasn't able to hold down any solid food. Part of it was the nausea and diarrhea. Part of it was all the steroids that they had me on. But also part of it is I've completely revamped my diet again. I can't eat any sugar anymore because it causes such a harsh inflammatory response in my body. I can't even think about carbs right now for the same reason. I'm on spinach, mushrooms, cabbage, and whenever these avocados ripen up. I see you, Shayna. Kiss from a Rose. I know. I might sing to you next time I see you. I've got some protein powder from the local, excuse me. I've got some protein powder from the local market up the street, Weaver Street Market. It's a vegan protein powder. 5 ingredients: pea protein, hemp protein, vanilla flavor, sea salt, stevia. Or as the English people in America say, stevia. And I've been drinking water. Lots of it. Water with apple cider vinegar, water with lemon, just water with ice. I bought a juice the other day, my body totally rejected it. So, if you see another video and my cheekbones look a little bit higher and the muscles in my neck start to be a bit more pronounced, it has nothing to do with me being sick like I am right now. I'm like, oh my God, Joe's dying. No, it's because I'm losing a ton of weight. And I'm burning off a bunch of body fat, even though I'm not really doing a whole lot of exercise right now. I've had an opportunity to FaceTime my daughter over the past couple of days. I said, baby, look, everything's going to be okay. I talked to her adopted sister, Zamaya, who, again, is not my child, but I love Zamaya just as if she was my own. Excuse me. And I told him, look, everything's going to be okay. Your dad's going to be just fine. Give me some time. Give me some time. And everything's going to work out. There's a bunch of people internationally that have been messaging me, that have been showing their support. And they're like, hey Joe, we see you fighting, thank you. Hey Joe, thanks for being honest. We appreciate you sharing everything that's going on right now. Hey Joe, thanks for putting yourself out there. Thanks for putting yourself out there. And just like I said in my previous video, if you all can see me power mixing at the Black Box, or you can see me hanging out with my daughter, or you can see me talking about something on my clothing line. And by the way, you all should buy something from my clothing line, because it's a really good clothing line. 4th Fight shirt right here, Humanity, Freedom, Equality, and Survival. JoeNiceDJ.net. But after all of that, just like I said earlier, I have a positive mental attitude. I'm not letting negativity get in my mind. Again, and you know, I say that just jokingly, but there's some truth to it. I got a stainless steel trap for a mind. I got a stainless steel trap for a mind. There's no negativity getting into my mind. And I'm not going to let anybody's bullshit or anything else affect me. Because that's what it is. I'm thankful that I've got enough strength and energy to talk now, because that wasn't the case a couple of days ago. I was catching my breath talking to the nurses. I was catching my breath talking to the nurses and the doctor. Wheezing all the time. It's not the case anymore. Yeah, you might see me cough here and there a little bit, but that's me slowly rebuilding my lungs and getting my strength back and getting my stamina back. Right now I'm at 64%, and it's unscientific. I don't have any scientific numbers, but most times on an average day, I'm operating at about 115, 120%. Some days a little bit more. Right now I'm at 64%. Again, unscientific numbers. But I tell you what, every day I know I'm getting better. Every day I know I'm getting better. And tomorrow is Saturday. Saturday is going to be better than today. And I know today was better than yesterday. And Sunday will be better than tomorrow. And Monday will be better than Sunday. And Tuesday will be better than Monday. Every day is an opportunity for improvement. Every day is an opportunity to get a little bit healthier, and a little bit stronger, and a little bit better. Every day is another opportunity to get better, to not get back to where I was before. Nah. Every day is an opportunity to be better than I once was. And that's the plan. That's the goal. And I'm going to get there. Because again, just like I said in the previous video, I believe in me. And no one's going to believe in me more than I will for myself. No one. No one. At the Apparition Era, 1/3 of the best in the business. Attorney and sound. Every fucking time. I don't have much more to say, everybody. I just want to make sure I pay some respect to some people who have been messaging me, keeping an eye on me, checking on my well-being. And quite honestly, to a certain extent, making sure that I'm still functional and still alive. First of all, Eric, Attorney and Sound, Jack. My guy, Mesk. Mesk and I had a lovely chat the other day. Mesk and I don't talk all the time, but when we talk, it's usually for about 45 minutes to an hour, maybe a little bit longer. Plus, he's a Baltimore guy, just like me. There's a certain amount of grit and toughness that comes from being from Baltimore. My guy, Teddy Duval. out to his dog Merv, who passed away not too long ago. Again, Teddy's another Baltimore guy. He's a dear brother of mine. And we've talked about this. There's a certain level of toughness you gotta have from being from Baltimore. And that shit never leaves you. Out to Coro. Out to Zach. Out to Joe Gorski. Happy 29th, Joe. Out to Julia in Germany. I love you. Out to main man Miles. Out to Darren Woodhead. We're going to make cider again soon, Darren, I promise you. I'm trying to think of who else. Out to my brother Zied. In Sousse, Tunisia. I love you, brother. Shukran. Out to Rena Mack. Out to Ivy. Out to cousin Onika. Out to my cousin Lehan, who I haven't heard from in a long time. He and I had a nice chat. Thank you, brother. Out to one of my very good friends. He's an independent journalist. You all should follow him. His name is John Farina. He's an independent journalist. He sent me a message the other day. He and I have been talking quite a bit over the past couple of days. And his exact words to me, he said, Joe, you've got the heart of a lion. You've got the heart of a lion. And I appreciate hearing that from him. Because I think the world of John. And John's the absolute best at what he does. The absolute best at what he does. John does what he does better than what you are doing right now. I guarantee it. Out to my cousin Jillian, always. Out to Todd and Tiffany of True Soldiers Productions. I know they've been checking in, seeing how I've been doing. Out to my ex-wife, who was kind enough to pick up some groceries after I Venmo'd her and it took care of the other stuff. Out to my ex-girlfriend Joanna, who's been an absolute diamond through everything. Out to my mom, and I had a chance to talk to my dad today. Out to my dad. That's all I have to share with everybody right now. I'm going to drink some more water, maybe eat a salad, and relax a little bit more. Okay? But I'm getting back to not normal. Because having COVID destroys your concept and reality of what normal is. I have to be better than what I once was. And I firmly intend on doing that. Also, out to the people at Macro in Italy. I was supposed to go see my art exhibit that I'm a part of on September 14th. Given my current health condition, that's not happening. And I emailed them about that the other day. And they were like, hey, look, we're waiting for you. Let's get better. That's all I have to share with everybody. I want to thank everybody for watching. You could have been doing anything else, anywhere else, with anyone else. But you decided to do it with me today. And I'm thankful for that. I'm appreciative of your time because I know it's valuable and I don't want to waste it. I'll post this video up and share it on all my socials. I'll make sure everybody gets an opportunity to watch the words that are coming out of my mouth. Please stay safe, everybody. Have a wonderful Friday or Saturday, wherever you are. And again, thank you for all the support that everybody's been sending me. all the messages, all the texts, direct messages on Instagram, Twitter, etc. Again, I don't want anybody to worry. I'm going to win. Thanks.